from Southern Maryland's weather leader. This is a JB Weather Report.
Hey, hello and good evening at this point, everyone. I'm Forecaster John Bordash here with you to give you a quick update on, the potential for snow as we head into this weekend. First, though, if you can hear me fine, let me know in the comments before we get too underway. And Jan is already on it, and yeah, everyone, they can hear me fine. Thank you all for being on top of that. This isn't going to be a long video. I'm actually in between classes right now. I just got home from my 6:30 virtual evening class. So again, this won't be a super long update where I can answer every single question. What I do want to do, though, is kind of go over what it is we're talking about for the potential for some snow in here Friday night going into Saturday. And I put this as the pinned comment on Facebook. Hopefully you can see that. But I cannot answer any questions about how much snow you will or will not receive. And I can't tell you what to do about your weekend travel plans. I'm sorry, I wish I could. I just can't give you I can't tell you that with any degree of confidence as we sit here on Tuesday for the potential of snow on Saturday. As we've seen many times this season, you will see viral posts of like 20 to 30 inches of snow for a storm that's 5 to 10 days away that never ends up materializing. So that is kind of my reasoning there. That's always been my philosophy, because if I issue a forecast today, that's going to change 3 or 4 times, and you all will never see those updates because of the weird social media algorithms. So if we need to do, a first call forecast for the storm, which we probably will, that will come for you probably either Wednesday night or Thursday morning. But we'll get more into that here in a second. So kind of looking over the next 10 days, we have a lot going on. We were seasonal today. Temperatures got into the middle to upper 40s. We have a cold front working through tonight, though, and I want to take you to the next slide here. This really helps to show you what we're talking about. High pressure gets established to the north. It's going to be driving down some Canadian cold air into our region. And if we come back to the 10-day forecast, that's going to set us up for some cold days Wednesday and Thursday. No chance of snow, though, on those days. I think we're looking mostly clear. Friday, we begin to get some clouds in here, and that's when we could be talking about the potential for, a little bit of snow. But if we just kind of gloss over that quick, and we will talk about it more, just let's go past that real quick. Let's not look so short term. The gradual trend as we get into February will be for a warming trend to kick off the month. I do think we see about a week or 2 weeks here at the beginning of February where you could look at the general theme being warmer than average temperatures, getting into the 40s and 50s again instead of these 30s, which I know many of you will be happy about for your heating bills. So I think we're talking about that. I don't think winter is done, though. Regardless if we see snow or not Friday night into Saturday, I do think we will have additional chances for snow, maybe some winter weather as we head throughout February, maybe even into March. But I don't know if after the middle of February, if there are going to be that many. I think we do get a quick turnaround here to spring as we head towards March. But that's March. We're currently sitting at January 25th. So let's talk about it. This area high pressure that's going to be getting established across our region as we head from tomorrow going into Thursday. It'll moderate a little bit on Friday, but it will still be there. This area of high pressure is really going to help set the stage for what could be potentially a winter storm threat as we head here into Friday night and Saturday. So we're cold Wednesday, Thursday. Let's take you on over to the weekend now. This is what a lot of people want to know. This is what I want to know. Make my job a little bit easier if we had answers to these questions this far out. We will definitely see a storm somewhere either along the coast out to sea. There will be some storm here in the western part of the Atlantic Ocean. The million-dollar question really is how far west is that storm allowed to come? The further west it comes to a degree, the higher the chance of snow in our region. So if it were to take that track that's the closest to our region, we could be talking about some snow, sure. If it takes a track that's further out, we're not talking about much in our region. So we're going to have to really figure this out. The region that is the most likely to see impacts from this storm is going to be parts of New England, really southern New England and coastal parts of Massachusetts and Maine. Why? As you can see on the map there, on up towards Boston, New England just kind of sticks out there. So it might just be an offshore solution for us. Will likely still be an impactful system for them. So if you have any travel plans that take you from about New York City, points north and east, I would definitely keep this in mind. Our region, it really depends on how close to the coast this storm were to come. If I were to show you this, I'm going to get up one of my maps here to kind of show you what what it is I'm talking about. And that area high pressure to the north, that's going to continue to drive down cold air as we head into Friday night going into Saturday. Let me get you on over here. So again, we're going to be talking, by the time we head towards Friday, area of low pressure somewhere right around here. We're tracking it. And then if it were to take this track that's closer to our region, there's going to be an area heavy zone. So let me redraw that for you. Area low pressure tracking north and east. There will be a zone of snow and then heavy snow within that lies northwest of the track. So if it were to take a track Friday evening going into Saturday that looks like this, we're talking about the potential for heavy snow to be centered right along here. That would be your snow zone. If this storm, keep this in mind now, out here tracks further out to sea, you want to know who that's giving heavy snow to? Outside of maybe Cape Cod, it's giving snow to the fishes. And I can show you that here graphically. Let me bring you on over to our models. So let me kind of take you on over here first. Let me bring you on over. All right, so let me show you here. This is one of our models. Let me take you on over. This is the America model run from yesterday evening. I'm going to show you a couple different things here. So let's start here. This is a national look at the map, and I know you're going to see a lot of lines on here. Most of them you really don't need any concern with. Where is Southern Maryland on this map? Where is the spot you're probably going to be looking at? It's right in here. There's Southern Maryland for you. You can see all of our peninsulas. Here's going to be our, well, let's get this forward here. Let's take you on through. You can see where, as we head into Friday, there we go. You can see where we begin to get an area of low pressure that pops here off the southeast coastline. There it is, and here is the associated moisture field with it. What we're also going to note at that same time is we get a reinforcing shot of cold air. That is going to be thanks to this area high pressure up here driving down cold air as our area of low pressure here off the southeast coastline works north and east. That combination leads to an overrunning situation when we're talking about a little bit of snow. Now, this model was not that good for some local snow lovers, but you'll see, to track that L you see there south of our region, it develops it into a pretty strong system, but it takes it well off the shoreline. So let's just take you back here. Let's kind of track this low for ourselves. This is what I'm looking at to form the forecast to tell you if you're going to need to cancel travel plans. So work with me here. Here's your area low pressure, right? Let's take you forward another frame. Trying to show you kind of the behind the scenes stuff. Here's your low pressure. Take you forward another frame. And look how it just slides out to sea. And where does that put the heaviest area of snow? Not in our region. It really focuses that area heavy snow up in here into New England. That's why I think regardless, New England's probably seeing some decent snow out of this. Let me show you the latest run of the American model, which is pretty good for local snow lovers. So let's get you here. We're getting into Thursday, Friday. We begin to see our area of low pressure begin to take shape. At the same time, we have energy in the upper levels of the atmosphere, well to our north. That's bringing snow north and west as our area low pressure is getting settled here. These two are going to try to phase. If they phase, we're talking, and that phase means if they were to combine their energies, so we're adding energy from the south that's bringing a lot of moisture, we're bringing cold air from the north. You get those to combine and really work in tandem together, we're talking about a decent-sized snowstorm. You see area low pressure. This is going to be different than the last model I showed you. Watch how it tracks here. We already have snow breaking out across parts of our region. But this storm won't be allowed to come so far west that we're talking about a snow to mixed terrain situation that we did last week, or maybe that was the week before. What we see, though, is that this storm really starts to get going here as it comes at the latitude near New Jersey, New York City, and it really gets going. Look at those deep, intense blues up here through parts of Cape Cod, where you can get that area low pressure, and this will be true regardless. Here's your low pressure. You will get heavy snow on the northwest side of it. Regardless, if this track is 50 miles, 100 miles further west or east, you're going to get that to happen. The question is, where does that low track? This is just one model. Now, this is what we were to call a deterministic operational model. When you think American or European model, this is what you're looking at. those models all have kids, right? So you think of these models as the parent models. This is the American parent model. The ensembles, or the kids of those models, so the American model has 30 ensemble members. Think of it as 30 kids. It's like the main model, it's associated with it, but in each run of that model, of each ensemble model, we're changing something just slightly to see how that could impact things. And that helps to show us maybe if we're not estimating that this high pressure area is strong enough, what could that potential look like? So we get that variation over 30 times, things tweaked a little differently. This map here is showing you what's the potential, looking at all 30 models or 30 ensembles, what's the potential of seeing just 1 inch of snow, right? And I want to start here. We're not putting totals on this, but where you can get this yellow line here, that shows you where we're talking about at least a 50% chance. Not a 100% chance, but at least a 50. And these brighter colors tell you higher probabilities. But what you can note here is that the highest probabilities are east of the mountains. Now, if I were to show you what this were to look like on a chart, the American ensemble, let's take you to the snow. This is a weird looking chart, and I know that. Let's kind of zoom in and break it down. And you can see all these numbers here, and I know this gets technical, I'm sorry, but this is what leads to me being able to tell you you're going to see this much snow. Over here, these are all of our different ensembles, all those different kids. You see all 30 there, right? So with that, each line, so if you were to correlate top row, you were to correlate the top row here, this is what that model is, that ensemble is showing. Again, this is the American ensemble, and this is 24-hour snow periods. So if we just take a general look at this, most of these ensemble members, no matter how you tweak the atmosphere, have snow, even if some of them are only showing 5/10 of an inch, 7/10 of an inch, just an inch. How many of these ensemble members, though, show a huge snowstorm that brings double-digit snows? I can see one. Oh, I don't have the marker on there. I have 1, 2, 3, maybe 4, maybe 5. We can maybe say 6. We'll call those our big snow potentials. So that's 6 out of 30. I'm not a math person. However, that is less than 50%, and I think that's less than 25%, potentially. My math teachers will need to check me on that. But that shows you that while we are likely to see at least some flakes, the agreement that we're going to see a huge snow event, not that great. And the American model and its ensembles have not been that bad this year. Most people like to ask what the European model is showing. European model hasn't been the best this year compared to the American model, but we still will look at it. Let's take a look at those 24-hour snow outputs. Much more amplified. The European model ensembles, all of the kids, there are 50 members in here, so it gives us a wide variety of potential solutions. I don't have one ensemble here, though, that shows no snow. And there are more that show big snows. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Right, so 22 out of 50. That's better than the American model if you're a snow lover. So what I'm showing you here is that these two lines, it's very simplistic. The atmosphere is a lot more complicated than what I'm showing here, but this is the way I can break it down for you to understand what we're talking about. And there's a lot on the table. It does look likely that we will indeed probably see some snow in here Friday night going into Saturday. If I have to pinpoint a time frame, likely after sunset Friday, closer to midnight, between maybe sunrise to lunchtime on Saturday. But, those details will come into better agreement. The one thing I will say is that if this storm comes super far west, while initially that might be good for snow lovers, if it comes too far west, then yeah, we're talking some mixing issues here along the coastline. So there's a lot to talk about. And I think that there is a lot of potential. Do I think this is going to be some sort of 2010 blizzard? If we remember back to that year, we were talking about 3 blizzards in one winter season. I don't think we're talking about that. I don't think we're talking about a 2016 blizzard. I don't even think we're talking about a storm that looks like what we saw at the beginning of January. Granted, that was a different setup. What I do think, though, And I will show you this, and then we need to get going because I need to eat dinner before class. Let me get you back over here. I do think we get an area low pressure down here, and I do indeed think it tracks north and east. How close to the coast it comes, I don't know. What I can tell you though is that everywhere here inside of this yellow line, so from the yellow line to the coast, this would be the region I would be watching, just generally speaking, for snow. I think your bullseye zone is probably up here. If the storm comes far enough west, and let's just say we extend that circle down here, right now that's offshore. It comes further west though, that could come on shore, but it's a little too early to say. But yeah, I would say the potential is definitely there for snow. Is it a big snow? I don't think so. These coastal storms very rarely tend to take a track that is super favorable for Southern Maryland snow lovers. A favorable coastal storm track comes up the coast, and the mixing line stays far enough offshore where it focuses that band of heavy snow right through here. That's the most favorable. That very rarely happens, though. Typically, storms either come too far east or too far west or too far east where they miss us altogether. Right now, our models show that this could be a perfect storm setup. I'm very hesitant, especially 3.5 days out, to say that. So let's kind of outline where we're going from here. This might be potentially starting Friday night into Saturday. My final call forecast, let's work backwards, normally comes out between 12 to 24 hours. So we were to say, our final call, that'll probably come, we'll say, Thursday night, Friday morning. First call comes 48 hours out, so the first call likely won't be issued until tomorrow night, and I don't think you can see all of that. So that gives you a general idea. Tomorrow's Wednesday, yeah, so, and we'll play it by ear. We do 12 to 24 hours out from the storm. We're talking Thursday night, Friday morning for the final call. I would like to get that out before the storm day. We'll see, though. We'll see timing. So I wouldn't expect me to start putting numbers out until this time tomorrow. So for those of you that need to know stuff for your travel plans, I'm sorry that I can't give you more information sooner. I could put out a map today. That map would likely change a whole lot, though. So I'm in the business of consistent messaging for you. So it's not like JB's forecasting one thing on Tuesday and then a whole nother thing on Thursday and a whole different thing Friday. No one likes that. And you all get enough of that on the news, right? So you're looking for consistent forecasting. I'll give that to you. But that means that for an accurate forecast, that's not going to be coming 10 days in advance. So we'll give an update on this tomorrow morning, 100%. I don't have classes tomorrow, thankfully. So tomorrow morning, I'll get, just an overview update on what it is I'm looking at. Probably tomorrow evening, I'll give you an update. Maybe it could be a first call. That first call will either come Wednesday night or Thursday morning, somewhere in there. And then we'll do an updated forecast then probably Thursday night or Friday, and then potential coverage wouldn't be until Friday night, Saturday. Could this be something where I need to come, back to Southern Maryland for? Maybe. We'll see. No, that'll be fun. That was fun last time. Maybe we do that again. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves here. And I know that our snow lovers like to do that, and I do so too. I mean, I'm a snow lover. I know not everyone is, but, there's a lot to look at. So we will continue to watch what goes on. So stay tuned. I don't know how many more updates I'll have tonight. My evening class runs from 6:30 to 9:15, which is brutal. But we'll have that update. And then, tomorrow I'll be around all day for updates. And then Thursday we'll play it by ear. So stay tuned. Stay weather aware. I'll continue to keep you updated here. A lot of the questions you might have right now about, is this going to be a huge blizzard? If you're just now tuning in, you're a little bit late. Scroll down the Facebook page or Twitter page. You'll see the longer post I constructed. I was going to do a whole article update on the website, but it was like half an hour before class, and I didn't have all the time to do that. So just a quick Facebook update. But we'll continue to keep you updated. Again, we'll leave you here on the 10-day forecast. There's a lot to track. That chance of snow comes Friday into Saturday. I think regardless of snow, it'll be windy Saturday. and then we will work towards an early February thaw as we head towards a new month. So have a nice and safe one, and keep it tuned right here to JB Weather for the latest. And of course, check out the new JB Weather merchandise store, store.jbweather.net, and you can get all your JB Weather gear there. And we have a snow mug that's selling hot, so make sure you get one while supplies last. But in the meantime, again, I'm Forecaster John Bordash. Have a nice and safe one. And keep it tuned right here to JB Weather.
Check the forecast anytime online at jbweather.net.